Okay, so just a quick clarifying piece on this assignment. It says evaluate the 6 trig functions for theta. One thing that it said on your puzzle time was that in the unit circle. This does not say in a unit circle. This gives you a coordinate. We don't know the length from here to here. They don't tell us that. We cannot assume it's 1 unless they say it's a unit circle. Therefore, you need to sketch a right triangle by dropping your altitude here. Okay, so if I have my right triangle, I kind of sketch it over here. Note that this length right here, I can actually make it accurate there, that length is 3. It's our y value. This length is 2. It's not negative, right? The length is 2. So to find this hypotenuse right here, you could do the Pythagorean theorem and find out that the hypotenuse is root 13. So this is root 13. It may have made more sense if I would have sketched my right triangle in the correct direction. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's 2, there's 3, and there's root 13. Okay? Can I finish before? Is it a question on what I've done? No. Okay. So as I go through this now, and I set up my ratios, when I do sine of theta, sine is opposite. So I'm dealing with my triangle for a minute. Here's theta. It's opposite over hypotenuse. So 3 over root 13, which we all know as 3 root 13 over 13. Cosine of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So 2 over root 13. Okay? Now the problem with that is 2 over root 13 is saying it's a positive x value. Remember, cosine is x, sine is y when in relation to your radius. Right? If your hypotenuse is not 1, like it is in the unit circle, the reason why we could just use x and y in the unit circle is because we're dividing by 1. When our radius isn't 1, we've got to divide by the radius. So in that case, if I do 2 over root 13, that's going to kick me out to this angle over here. It's going to give me that coordinate of an angle that of an angle that's a reflection. So you have to use the -2. You have to use -2 for x when you're putting it in your ratio, so it brings you to the correct quadrant. Does everyone understand that? And my slurring my words there. Okay? We good? So that would be -2 root 13 over 13. I'm assuming you can do secant and cosecant by just switching those. And by the way, I would just reference these. I wouldn't do the reciprocal of this one. Just go to this form. Okay, so cosecant theta. If you flip that one, you're going to have to rationalize it again. Just flip this one. So it's root 13 over 3. And secant theta, flip this one because it's not rationalized yet, so that when you flip it, you don't have to re-rationalize it. It's a lot of R's. Okay? Now tangent, remember, tangent is sine over cosine. So there really are 2 ways to do tangent here. There's the hard way and the easy way. Okay? Some of you like doing things the hard way. I don't know why. Your parents are saying, why do you do that the hard way? They try to warn you, and you're like, okay, fine, learn the hard way. Okay? How many have been told that? Okay, a few of you. All right? So, hey, guys, the hard way. You divide sine by cosine in this way. 3 root 13 over 13 divided by -2 root 13 over 13, which is 3 root 13 over 13 times the reciprocal of this, 13 over -2 root 13. Well, what cancels? 13s, root 13s. I'm left with 3 over -2, or I'm left with x and y. Y over x. That is tangent. Always. I don't know why. Tan is y over x. Yes? Yeah, you could. You could also do it that way. You guys, hey, the other route is to look at your triangle, say it's opposite over adjacent. However, remember, this should be a -2 then. Okay? You've got to think of that as y over x. Yes? Right there. That's it. You always go to you're always looking at the reference angle. This is your reference angle. Okay, so your triangle in this problem is that. Always go to the horizontal line. Yep. Always to the horizontal line. Okay? Hopefully that clarifies a little on that.